Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am sharing with you some fun Christmas food ideas. These are all recipes that I actually made for my husband's birthday, which is in the middle of December, and we tried a prime rib, which is also something that we're going to try on Christmas Day. So I thought this video would be fun to kind of share some Christmas Day food ideas. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Alright, the first recipe I tried today is for a breakfast casserole. This is a cinnamon roll casserole. As you can see, we are using 2 cans of pre-made cinnamon rolls, and the rest of the ingredients I am listing on the screen, but it's really easy. This is a casserole that the recipe said you could make it ahead of time as well, like overnight or the night before, and then let it sit overnight and bake it the next day and just have it totally ready to throw in the oven. It does only bake for about 20 to 30 minutes, so it really doesn't take that long. As you can see, it's really simple. We are definitely going to be making this again on Christmas morning because this was a huge hit. And then I pretty much made the works to go with this. So we have bacon, sausage, a couple fried eggs, and hash browns. Alright, the next recipe I made was for a taco dip. This is a classic family favorite that we love to have all the time. And I like to use fresh ingredients from the garden if I can, but I don't have lettuce or tomatoes growing in the garden. So I did use some home canned salsa from earlier this summer, and I'm just mixing it in with some refried beans for the bottom layer of our taco dip. And then for the next layer, I am mixing some sour cream in with about half a packet of taco spice. It's about 1 tablespoon if you make your own taco spice, which I do sometimes, but not all the time. And you just mix that in with the sour cream. And for toppings, we like good old shredded cheese, shredded lettuce, and chopped up tomatoes. I also will add black olives if I have them, and you can really add whatever you like. And I mentioned this day was my husband's birthday, so I was making all of his favorites, and one of his #1 favorites that he likes even more than a birthday cake are Rice Krispie treats. So that is what I am making now. Okay, back to more Christmas Day ideas. The next thing I'm making is an appetizer, which is again one of our family favorites. These are stuffed mushrooms. Every time I make stuffed mushrooms, I make them a little different. And today I decided to make it more of a creamy, cheesy filling. But I am starting by slicing up a whole onion, and I am going to saute that with some ground Italian sausage. For the mushrooms, I used a mix of the white mushrooms and the brown mushrooms. I forget what they're called, but I think I had a pound of each, so it was about 2 pounds of mushrooms in total. And I just snapped the stems off and really loosely kind of scrape out the insides. I probably won't even do that next time. It's just a lot of extra work, and if the stuffing is thick enough and sticky enough, you don't really need a huge hollow mushroom. You can just kind of pile it on top. That's what I ended up doing. So anything to save myself a little work, but there are the mushrooms. I am going to drizzle them with olive oil, and I did sprinkle them with a little bit of salt as well before I stuffed them. Okay, back to the stuffing for the mushrooms. After the sausage and onions were cooked, I added a little bit of garlic, or a lot of garlic. I like a lot of garlic, what can I say? So that's probably about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and I allowed that to saute just for a little bit. added about 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped parsley. And the next thing I added was cream cheese. It did take a while. It was really sticky at first, and after I got it in the pan, I covered the pan and let it melt, and it mixed in with everything else a lot better after that. Alright, the next thing I added was Swiss cheese. The recipe actually called for mozzarella cheese, but I couldn't find my mozzarella cheese, so I just had some Swiss cheese and I thought that would be good. It was good, but I do think that mozzarella cheese would probably be better. It would just make it a little more mild and creamy. And then as you can see, I added Parmesan cheese, which brought out the flavor. I don't think the Swiss cheese was necessary. It wasn't bad, but it would be better, I think, in a different recipe. So if you make this, I would recommend using mozzarella cheese and Parmesan cheese. And now I am adding just a little bit of breadcrumbs to kind of add some bulk to the stuffing. Okay, time to start the main dinner course, and like I mentioned earlier, I did make a prime rib this day. I bought this from Walmart. I'm not an expert in meat at all, in cooking it or buying it or choosing it or anything. It's really not my thing, but my husband wanted to try some fancy meat for dinner, and so this is what we got. The recipe I found called for just a rub of melted butter and salt. And that was it, and that is all that I did. I think it might have also called for like pepper or something a little spicier. My husband doesn't like spice at all, or neither do the kids. I'm really the only one, so I usually omit that. But this rub was literally just melted butter and a bunch of salt, and it turned out really well. I'd probably do it pretty much the same next time. And like I said, this is the first time I've made prime rib, but from what I've learned so far, it is the cooking time and temperature that really determine how good it's going to be. And so I would recommend Googling it. I will list here what I did, but basically you want to start it off hot so that it seals in the juices, and then turn the temperature down, and you don't want it to overcook. So anyways, here are the mushrooms. They look beautiful, they were delicious, huge hit, and they actually kept in the fridge really well for a couple of days. We were eating stuffed mushrooms, so there are those. And now the prime rib is done. I do think I let mine go just a tad too long. I think I would take it out at about 1:30 next time, but we'll see. There is the completed meal, and that's it for my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye!